Hey everybody, brother JD here with my precious daughter Hannah. Hannah, can you wave at everybody? She's waving because she cannot talk. She's lost her voice, and so let me just kind of explain this video. I had a pastor friend call me just a little while ago, and just in conversation, he encouraged me to do some things that might help us with Hannah and getting some help for her. And so this is kind of going to be a documentary. I wanted Hannah to sit in this with me. It's against her wishes, not really. I don't want to say it that way. She's just not comfortable. It's embarrassing, but she's willing to do this because she knows that we're just trying to follow what I think is some godly counsel and try to get some help. And so let me explain some things. And as you're watching Hannah, let me just kind of give the background. I don't want to give too much information as far as the pastor and what church. I don't want to put them in any kind of situation that might be uncomfortable. But there's a church that is one of our supporting churches. And what they did on Hannah's birthday, many of you saw the video that we did on Hannah's birthday, which was January the 18th. We did our Table Talk Tuesday. And for a section of that video, we brought Hannah in just to let you see Hannah and see the condition she's in. And so that pastor was so burdened by that. I didn't even know they had it. But he saw it. They took the clip of Hannah sneezing like she is right now, giving testimony, whatever, and they showed that to the church, and it affected the people to the point, Lamentation 3:51 says, "Mine eye affected mine heart," and it does. And so that pastor has had a tremendous response in his congregation, mainly of people that have a burden now to pray, maybe in a different, more specific way. And he called me to explain and express to me how instrumental that video was to their church, to see the reality of what we're dealing with our 13-year-old, who is now 14-year-old daughter. And so just after conversation, I felt led to put together just a very short video with Hannah sitting here with me. This is our normal everyday life. This has been our life since December the 10th. The reason that my wife is not in this video is she didn't feel like she could compose her emotion long enough. Not that I'm better at that than she is, but please understand. We have lived this way since December the 10th. We are on January the 28th, heading into February. We have been through every possible procedure and so forth. And I'm going to get into that. I'm not going to be long, but I want to explain some things. So anyways, in the discussion with the pastor, a friend of mine, he was really encouraged. Hannah was able to be an encouragement just to show her beautiful smile that she still has in the midst of the storm, and that's just Hannah. I mean, she's a happy, godly young lady. She loves the Lord. I appreciate her testimony, but she's miserable in the midst of that. And so the thought was maybe we could put a video together just specifically for a couple of purposes. Number one, to let people truly see with their own eyes what it is that Hannah is actually going through. Now, you can't see all of the problems internally. She had her spine, in the lower part of her spine is completely reversed. All right? She got that going on. The middle spine's pretty messed up, and then the neck there should be a 45-degree curve there that's completely straight. And this is why that has gotten worse and worse and worse, because it's been nonstop. So any adjustments or anything that could be made is counterproductive. Right? The first reason is to kind of let you see with your own eyes. The second reason is We've had more than one doctor to request that we get some kind of video documentation of what she's going through. We had one doctor that we're not in the program with that doctor, but they did take some video footage. Again, there's a puzzling factor that none of these doctors, whether it's medical doctors, neurology, chiropractic, total natural homeopathy, everything you can imagine, we have gone down that avenue, and nobody has ever seen anything like this. They don't know the answer. It's frustrating. Believe me when I say that, it's frustrating. God is the only one that can make this all in His time, and we know that. This is the reason we need everybody that is a prayer warrior. If you have a good right relationship with God, your prayers are valuable, and we need them. We need them, and we need them, don't we? We need them. We have lived this way. And this is only one of the many things that Hannah's been facing since about June 20th is when all of her problems really began to manifest themselves. Her vital organs, intestinally, everything digestively, none of it is working. Hasn't for months and months and months. Hannah, she doesn't eat. She just doesn't eat. She hasn't eaten in months and months. We tried introducing some special broth. I think that was, we literally was able to do a few tablespoons at a time. And it was just too expensive to keep making it. And so we're trying some different supplements. There are some things that she is able to ingest. It's not food, but it has the nutrients. And so that's one of the ways I think she's still with us. But it has been this doctor, that doctor, this hospital stay, that hospital stay, this procedure, that procedure. It has literally, it has turned our world upside down, emotionally, physically, financially. We need help. We have had the frustrations of sitting down with doctors who immediately they say, "Oh, this is all psychological. Hannah's making this up. She can't use the bathroom. She can't control her bladder." And these are not things we're not trying to embarrass, but the reality is you can't make yourself do those things. That's not a mind thing. And so we need some help. And so one of the things that the pastor suggested is, and we've been thinking and praying and considering maybe reaching out to a local news media just to get the word out there, possibly to get somebody that actually might know what's going on, a doctor that maybe has seen this or knows, hey, there could be a nerve, as simple as a nerve messed up, that somebody's overlooking. We just don't know. We are inundated with advice and suggestions, and that is overwhelming. We're not asking for that, but somebody that legitimately knows, hey, I've seen this before. Or the other side of that coin is maybe somebody out there says, man, I knew she was having problems, but I've not seen it. So to see it, perhaps that would give you a burden, a deeper burden, to pray intelligently. Pray for God to guide us to the right physician that can help Hannah. We got to get the sneezing stopped so we can get back to working on the root problems, her organs and the functioning of all that, getting her spine right, all of those things. And so we desperately need. We need your prayers. We need your help. We've got several things we're trying to take care of in the midst of our ministry and our life. If you want to know personally some of the needs that we have, I'm not going to put that out here, but you can email us. Or you can call if you already know our number, but you can reach out to us. You can reach out to us at the email address. There's two email addresses I will provide you with. One of those is jdleek, Leake, at mwbm.org. jdleek@mwbm.org. That's my regular email. And then I have another email address that's associated with this YouTube channel. And that email address is thepreachersplate@gmail.com. That is The Preacher's Plate. That's all one, no apostrophe or anything. The Preacher's Plate at gmail.com. If you, maybe you know somebody, you know something, maybe you have somebody that is a connection that can help, man, please email me. If you've got our phone number, you can call us. If you email me and you want to talk, just send us your phone number on that email as well. My wife and I will both be constantly checking these things. We're in communication with a lot of people. We have got to get some help. We need help bad. We need help finding the right people, the right place, just so many things. And our life has just completely been disrupted. And I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to follow some counsel that I feel like was good counsel, because it's not the first time. The Bible says in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word is established, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. And I've heard this counsel from a couple of different men, and so today, just out of the blue, it kind of came in. And of course we visited with our chiropractic neurologist today as well. Just all of these things kind of seem to come to a head today, where we feel like, okay, we don't need to delay. I mean, we're doing everything. We're desperate. Are we desperate here? Have we tried everything? And Hannah, this is the way she lives every single day. We need help. If you know somebody that's got I don't want to get. We do have a vehicle need as well, but I'm not going to. Listen, if you know, I'm just saying this. If you know somebody that has a full-size SUV that they want to get rid of or donate, and it's in good condition. It's hard down here. Inspections are hard. Everything. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. And it's got to be big enough for our family and dependable. If you know, just reach out to me about that as well, and we'll talk to you about how we can go about that. Those are different things that are needed. But that is one of the vital things. Because we're running Hannah back and forth, several times a week. So today, we had to run back and forth to a doctor's office, and twice today. And that took up a good portion of this day. And thankfully, I was able to finish my studies for Sunday night and finish that up between the 2 visits. So, I mean, the Lord helps us, but we're wore out, we're exhausted, we need help. We're looking possibly to even consider a local news media outlet. That was a suggestion that 2 different pastors have suggested as well. I'm not sure. I'm not comfortable. Hannah's not comfortable. My wife. We're not comfortable with any of this. But we're just kind of dealing. We're kind of working with what we've been dealt. All right. God knows. I'm not a big media. There's a lot of things I don't like. But it is a tool. Whether I like it or whether I don't, it is a tool. Many people are using these tools today, and so we're going to do what we can to try to get the word out there. This is my precious daughter, Hannah, our 14-year-old girl. Y'all have been with me now for a little over 13 minutes, and I don't know if you can go back. I challenge you, go back and count how many times she sneezed in the last 13 minutes. I want to give you one more challenge too that this pastor suggested to his people, and I've never thought. I'm ashamed that I didn't think about it. But and he gave credit to his wife. His wife is the one that made this suggestion to him, and he kind of took it from there. But they were. I think I got this right. They were driving along in their vehicle, and I believe it was his wife sneezed a couple of times. If I'm telling it right, if I butcher it, you don't hold the man, so I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be any harm, no foul. But I'm pretty sure this is exactly what he told me. It was that she had sneezed a couple times, and it dawned on her, light bulb moment. She said to her husband, she said, we should challenge people that when they sneeze, they should stop and take time to pray for Hannah. And I thought, man, that's profound. So he presented that to his church. And he said, man, people are blowing his phone up, texting him, calling him. Pastor, man, I've been sneezing and praying for Hannah. And that's a great challenge. And he suggested to me, he said, you ought to challenge everybody, every church, every pastor, all the people that are in your circle of influence and people that pray. You ought to challenge them. Hey, next time you sneeze, think of Hannah Lee. Think of Hannah, how you can pray for her. Maybe God will give you some wisdom. Maybe there's somebody you know that could be a help, and all the things. And so I challenge you with that, the sneeze challenge. We can't get this girl to stop sneezing. How do we get our girl to stop sneezing? How do you stop the sneezing? She's tried plugging her nose. She blew her eardrums out doing that early on. She don't do that no more. You don't plug your nose no more. And she lost her voice after about 3 days of this. I mean, can you imagine the hoarseness? I mean, good night. They even said that she needs to see a speech therapist because she got problems. She's been through some kind of trauma. And she's rolling her eyes because she knows that's a bunch of hoggy-washy. All right? We just don't go in that direction. They're not going to abuse our children's minds. Hey, listen, we need people that pray and trust God and that can get involved and help us this way and get the word out there. Share this. I'm asking you, share this on every platform that you have, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Rumble, whether it's Facebook, all these things I don't have. If it's YouTube, share it. I'm begging you. We're not trying to be self-centered, nothing like that. We just need help and we're desperate. This is the first step of just trying to take heed to some good counsel. I'm telling you, it's really against my flesh. It's against Hannah's flesh too. I mean, nobody wants to get on the big screen. We're on the big screen, you know, and let people see some things that nobody. But we've lived with it so long. We're desperate. Our family's desperate. Please help us. I know Hannah can't talk, but maybe before we disconnect, maybe she could communicate with her heart. What would you ask them? You've got an audience, Hannah. I know you can't talk, but you've got an audience that we can't see, but they can see us when this comes out. And you've got one opportunity to plead with them, ask them, or share with them, or tell them what is the one thing that you would plead with these folks.
To pray.
She said, "Pray." She said, "Pray." What do you want them to pray?
Us to get answers.
Pray what?
Us to get answers.
She wants answers. We don't want to know the surface problem. What's causing it? We need to get to the root. And that's what she's asking us to pray and help any way you can. I mean, is that fair? And anything else you would, if you had the chance, you got 1 minute. We've been talking to the King of Kings, right? So there's nobody higher than the King of Kings. So anybody that's going to see this is lower than Jesus. So in that case, you got a chance to tell them one thing. What would you tell them?
Just pray.
Just pray. Pray. See, that's it. What does it all come back down to? Pray. Is it our last resort? No. We don't wait till the end to pray. We pray. We have prayed from day one. That's our first resort. And so, if you can pray, you might not be able to do nothing, but if you can pray, if you got a direct line to the throne room, and there's nothing in between you and God, and you're right, I'm begging you to pray. We need to find prayers that can get through. And listen, if you have the ability and you have understanding, help us, point us in the right direction. If you know somebody in the media that is trustworthy, that won't take a spin and manipulate and exploit us, help us, point those people in our direction. You've got our emails. Again, that's jdleak@mwbm.org or thepreachersplate@gmail.com. Either one of those. Send us an email. Send us your phone number. If you want to talk, text, whatever. If you've got questions, we'll try to answer them. This is we're biting off more than we can chew, but what have we got at this point? We really feel like what have we got to lose? We're living in a nightmare. Yes, God's grace is sufficient. Yes, we keep going. Yes, we keep trying to tell people about Jesus. Yes, we keep preaching the Word of God. We keep trying to hold the church up and build it. We're doing all that with this as well. So anything you can do, anybody you may know, please share this. Help us. Pray. We need some miracles. We need some big miracles. And all miracles are not big miracles to God, because all He has to do is speak the word. All He has to do is speak the word, and it's over. He can touch Hannah's body. He can touch the needs we have, all the medical needs, the financial needs, the emotional, spiritual. God can meet them all with just one breath. And we need to move the hand of God. So please help us if you can by sharing this, by communicating with us, and thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Thank you for letting us just come in and drop this on your lap today. I know you weren't expecting it, but I gotta be honest with you, we weren't expecting on December 10th that in the midst of trying to fix other things, we'd come home and this would be the normal life that we live until God fixes it. So sometimes you got to deal with the unexpected, but we can have our expectations met in Jesus. And that's what we both believe. You believe that, don't you? You still think God's good?